Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Paramparasya prakriteranadim Ekam nivishtam bahudha guhasu Sarvalayam sarvacharacharastham Tvameva Vishnum Sharanam Prapadye Yad Yadvatsalile Salilam Kshire Kshiram Samirane Vayuhu Tadvat Brahmani Vimale Bhavanaya Tanmayatvam Itham Dvaita Samuhe Bhavanaya Brahma Bhuyam Upayate Ko Moha Kashokaha Sarvam Brahma Valokayataha. We were looking at the verses which are more like Nididhyasana. Okay, this Jnanam, how we recollect this Jnanam, and what is the Jnana Phalam of, what is the result of this Jnanam. This also we were seeing. The last verse in the last class was about how this moksha avastha is like mixing either water with water or milk with milk or gas mixing up with gas, or air mixing up with air. So like that you become one with Brahman, because Brahma with Brahmaiva Bhavati, like that it is said. The knower of Brahman becomes Brahman. Once you have become Brahman, you cannot again become a Brahman or come out. That is what all these analogies are showing. Once you have mixed water with water, you cannot again separate out the water which was initially separate, correct? So here again the becoming is not really becoming, because anything which you attain through knowledge means you are actually accomplishing the accomplished. That's what we say, because the only difference between what you are and what you think you are, correct? Those are the two problems. What you are in reality and what you think you are, the difference between the two is only ignorance. You think that you are limited in a particular body mind sense complex, you are a wanting person, you have a body mind sense complex, all the problems of the body mind sense are your problems, correct? I am fat, I am dark, I cannot hear very well, I cannot see, I cannot speak properly, I am an idiot, I am stupid, I am not very intelligent. So many things are there. With reference to all these things, all these problems become my problem. Aham mama iti, I and mine. But then what do we find is the reality? None of these things are really you. In fact, to start with, they are not mine also. There is a Atma, Anatma, Aviveka. Correct? The Anatma is taken as Atma, and then all confusion starts from there. So the knowledge which the Upanishads, the Vedanta is giving is what? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Aham Asmi. So this Brahman, which is Satyam Jnanam Anantam, which is the only thing which really exists, which is of the nature of consciousness, and which has no limitation with reference to space, time, or objects. That is me. That Chaitanyam is me. That is my reality. Even the individuality in waking comes and goes. It's not intrinsic to me. None of these things are intrinsic to me. In fact, I think that I am subjected to karma. I go to so many astrologers. They tell me that I have to do this parihara, that parihara, because I have all this papa. Or they even talk about all this pitru shapa, stri shapa, and all that. Some curse I have. and I have to do a lot of things to overcome all these things. All that is only mithya. It doesn't matter really. All these things are there because you identify with the body mind sense complex. There is a wrong identification which has to be removed, and that's all. That is, with knowledge only, this wrong identification is gone. In fact, recently also, one brahmachari left from our ashram to go to Kashi. So he went to the local railway station and called me and said he doesn't have his spectacles. Okay. Then I went and searched all over the room where he was staying. I could not find anything. Then I told that you may have dropped it somewhere in the auto, or you may be having it already, but you don't know that you have, correct? So later on, he called me from the station saying, yes, he actually kept it right on his body only, correct? He has put it in his t-shirt like this, but he didn't know, correct? So what is the difference between the person who had the spectacles and who was struggling to get his spectacles? Means the difference is only ajnanam, ignorance. Because of ignorance, he was going through all sorts of anxiety because he now thought that he cannot read his phone also properly. He has to get a new glass. How will he get it? And he has to go on train for 2 days. So, but still, once you find it, you are already the person with the spectacles, accomplishing the accomplished. Correct? So, jnanam only removes ignorance. It doesn't really change anything else. You are already Mukta Purusha, you are already Brahman. You have to own it up. That's all. Correct? It's not that you will become Brahman. Understand that. Vedanta is not teaching that you are going to become free from all limitations. You will become Brahman. You have to go to some Goloka Brindavan, Vaikuntha, all this. No. Here and now, as you are Brahman. You are Brahman. You are already free from all the limitations which you think you have. That is the teaching. So once you understand that teaching clearly, even then you can have viparita bhavana, we say, correct? That is where all this contemplation is important. You have to recollect the knowledge which is revealed by the Upanishads so that you can have a self transformation. Vedanta is for self transformation, it is not for anything else. You are not studying Vedanta to get any degree, PhD, or to get a job, correct? Or it may not be even entertaining. For entertainment, you can go and watch so many things on Netflix. Although some people may find even the Vedanta class entertaining, I don't deny that. Our Guruji's classes used to be very entertaining because he used to tell a lot of jokes also. But some people only came to his classes to hear the jokes. They left the Vedanta, I think. That also is not correct. Anyway, so the idea is what? Vedanta is to see yourself in the light of the teaching. It is a pramana vyapara. The Guru's words are showing yourself to yourself. It is like the mirror. It's a word mirror which is showing your reality to you, and then your self identity has to transform based on that whatever you are seeing. You are seeing yourself in the words of the Guru and Shastra always. Each and every class you have to see yourself differently. Then it is working. Correct. That is the reason why you even attend a Vedanta class. It's not for anything else. It's not for gaining some punyam. Because some people go and say that okay, some Swami has come, he is talking, at least sitting there, I'll get some punya. Maybe that also may be true, but that's not the reason for which you should go and listen to Vedanta. Vedanta means you have to own up your own reality, and that bhavana has to be there always. Correct? And what is that bhavana? I am Vimala, I am not subjected to anything, no karma, no papa, no punya. None of the things can taint me, nothing can even touch me. Asangaha nahi sajjate, like that Upanishad says. I am not connected to anything really. Nothing can really touch me. I am in fact of a different order of reality. That, like even the dream, in the dream you may have many things or you may not have many things, but none of this that touches the waker, correct? Like that, this waking also is like a dream only. Really speaking, the dream analogy shows us that the subject object division itself is mithya, correct? Even space time and all, you think that you are in space time, but in reality, space time is in you. You only projected the entire dream world, including the space time, mountains, rivers, forests, all the animals, other human beings, and you also become part of it. That is the beauty. Like that, waking is no different. Although waking may not be your dream, it may be Ishvara's dream. That is fine. But there is no reality to the subject object division which you take for granted. And anything else which you think about yourself, everything else you have to drop. Surrender all your limitations. Then tanmayatvam upayati. That brahmamayatvam. That's what. Sarvam brahmamayam. Like that, there is a song, correct? I don't know. Some of you may have heard Sadashiva Brahmendra's Kriti is there. Sarvam brahmamayam re re. Sarvam brahmamayam. Kim vachaniyam, kim avachaniyam, kim rachaniyam, kim arachaniyam. Kim pataniyam, kim apataniyam. Like that it goes. What should I say, what I should not say, what should I author or create, what I should not, what should I read, what I should not read, what should I teach or what should I learn. Like this he asks. In fact, there is nothing to say or not say, read or not read, teach or not teach. Everything is Brahman, really. So just understand that reality, correct? So everything is Brahman, and I am that Brahman. That when you say everything is Brahman, it cannot leave you out, correct? That is the important thing here. And further, what itham dvaita samuhe bhavanaya brahma bhuyam upayate. Okay, so like this, the entire dvaita, okay, dvaita samuha bhavanaya, in your bhavana, what? There is no dvaitam is mithya. There is no reality to the perception of dvaita. We don't deny the perception of dvaita. Understand that. See, dvaitins say drishtatvat satyam. Dvaita is satyam because I see it. Pratyaksha pramana is revealing dvaitam. Means pratyaksha pramana may reveal different things, but it is not a pramana to arrive at whether the difference itself is real or not. How do you know two things are different? You cannot establish it with perception. Understand that. I don't want to go into all the arguments or the logical deductions there, but Dvaita, the appearance of Dvaita is what the perception is revealing. But the reality of Dvaita, perception, sense perception cannot determine. That is where the Shastra is important. Shastra comes and tells Dvaitam is mithya, yatra Dvaitam iva pashyati, yatra nana iva pashyati. But if you see Dvaita and nana, plurality, duality and plurality, means you will go from death to death. Saha mrityoho mrityum apnoti. But that entire Dvaita, if you see it as Brahman, correct? Bhavanaya Brahma Bhuyam Upayate, it becomes Brahman alone. So this is what in Tamil also it is beautifully said by Tirumula. Okay? Marattai Maraitadu Mamadayane, Marattil Maraindadu Mamadayane. See how beautifully he has given this analogy. You look at a wooden sculpture of elephant. Somebody has carved a beautiful elephant, painted it and all that, looks very real. So you go there and you see that some elephant is about to attack you or something like that. Okay, a ferocious elephant is standing, mad elephant. Then what is your first instinct? You want to turn and run away. In fact, running away from elephant also is not that easy. You think that elephants cannot run, but they can run quite fast. Okay. We have in fact run like that. When we were studying in Anekatti, as brahmacharis, we used to go behind the Anagati ashram into the forest there often. In fact, every Sunday afternoon we'll do that, because Sunday we didn't have classes in the evening. Post lunch we will go behind into the forest. Now it is called Salim Ali Ornithology Park or something. In those days nothing was there. It was all just forest. So we used to go there, and elephants used to frequent there. Once we saw a mother elephant with a calf, and it was quite aggressive. Okay, so we had to really run for our lives through the hills till we reached the Gurukulam. We were really running like mad, because elephants also can run quite fast, and they are dangerous, particularly when they are with their baby. Okay, they can be aggressive. Anyway, the point is, you see an elephant sculpture, and then you think that it is real. So when you see the elephant, what is hidden from you? It is hidden that it is only wood. Correct? Wood is hidden. Marattai maraitadu mamadayane. Mamadayane, the great mad elephant. If you look at it as elephant, the wood is hidden. But once somebody says, hey, wait, don't run, this is only wood. It's only a sculpture, means what? Maratil maraindadu mamadayane. The great mad elephant vanishes into the wood itself, because once you see it as wood, you don't have to break the sculpture or anything. Understand that. The sculpture can still be there. Now you can even enjoy the sculpture. How beautiful it is. See, the same, previously when you think it is real, you are afraid and you are ready to run. Now the same thing has become beautiful. How realistically this person has sculpted. Now you are enjoying. World also is the same thing, correct? If you see the world as separate elements, correct? Parattai maraitadu parmudal bhutam, parattil maraindadu parmudal bhutam. Like that. Their bhuta is all these mahabhutas, correct? Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithivi, we say, starting from Akasha onwards, space, etc. The five elements and elementals. The entire world is nothing but the five elements only, correct? Or the derivation of the five elements. So the world which is made up of elements and elemental, if you see it separately as all these elements and separate objects, it will only give you fear, samsara. But then what? The Shastra comes, Guru comes and changes your vision. It is no more, all these things are not separate. Ekatvam, there is only one. One Brahman alone is there, which is not separate from you. So all this plurality have no meaning. They vanish into one Brahman. Like even the entire, all the limbs and different things of the elephant vanished into one wood, correct? There is only one wood. If you look at it as wood. Similarly, world need not vanish, in the sense that really the world appearance can still be there. Like elephant can still appear as like an elephant. World also appears like it is a world. Everything is separate. But in reality, it is nothing but Brahman or Param. There he calls it as Param Brahma. Also we say, correct? Parattai Maraitadi. If you look the world as world, it has covered Param Brahma. But if you look at it as only Param Brahma, because Brahman is Jagat Karanam anyway. The Karya is not separate from the Karana. Everything is only Brahman. Means in that Brahman, the world has vanished now, as though. Then there is no Shoka or Moha or anything, correct? Ko Moha Kashokaha. Sarvam Brahma Avalokayataha. The one who is seeing everything as Brahman, correct? Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, like that. Chandogya Upanishad also says, everything that is here is Brahman. Means that is also a kind of what we call negational apposition, correct? Bhatayam Samanadikaranyam. When we say all that is here is Brahman, means all that is here is negated. Like saying snake is rope. When you say snake is rope, Snake can never be rope really, correct? But the snake appearance now vanishes into rope when you say snake is rope, or when you say elephant is wood. Elephant cannot be really wood, correct? But elephant is wood in this case because what you thought as elephant is nothing but wood, correct? Similarly, what you think is everything here, sarvam, kalu, idam, sarvam idam, kalu indeed is Brahman alone. It is indeed Brahman. That alone is there. That's why itam dvaita samuhe bhavaneya brahma bhuyam upaya. Bhavaneya means here jnanena. It is only knowledge. You don't have to do anything else. It is only a shift in the way you look at. Correct? From the ajnani drishti, now you have jnani's drishti or jnana drishti. Only the drishti changes. The way you look at it changes. Not only the world, the way you look at yourself also has to change. Most importantly, then there cannot be any moha or shoka, correct? What is the problem with human being? Only delusion and suffering, correct? Moha means you can say you are deluded, and shoka is suffering. In fact, this is actually Acharya is quoting the Ishavasya Upanishad. Tatra ko moha kashokaha ekatvam anupashyataha, like that the Upanishad says. The one who sees ekatva, only oneness everywhere, for that person, where is the question of having any moha or shoka? Everything is only one. Only oneness everywhere. There is no plurality. Multiplicity means there is no second thing. In fact, whatever you want to achieve, everything is you only. Atma kamaha. That's why the Upanishad uses the word Atma kamaha, Apta kamaha, like that. Because if you think that you are separate, then only you can desire something other than you. But if everything is you, then whatever you want to achieve or desire also is you already. Nothing is separate from you. There is nothing separate to achieve. And that is the vision of the jnani. There is no question of any suffering also. Correct? All suffering is there because of separation. You think that you are separate from all other things and you are limited, and then you want to achieve something, you want to gain something. You are a wanting person. That is the fundamental problem. But here you are no more a wanting person. You are purnaha already. You are complete, you are limitless, infinite. That is your nature. So there cannot be any moha or shoka for the one who sees everything as Brahman, means only you are seeing oneness, ekatvam. Further what? So what is this Brahman and all you are talking about? What is this? How can I understand this? Means what? Vigata upadhis phatikaha swaprabhaya bhati nirmalo yadvat chiddīpa swaprabhaya tatha vibhati nirupadhihi. So here Brahman as though appears as the individual because of the association with the upadhi, we say, or the conditioning factor. So all the problems are there because of this confusion between what is real and what is unreal. What is Atma and what is Anatma? Anatma is taken as Atma, Atma is taken as Anatma, and then all confusion, all problems. So that Viveka Jnanam, once it is there, means what? Like even taking a crystal is colorless. But then there is a Japa Kusuma nearby, a red flower, and you think that now it is a red crystal. Crystal is never red. It is colorless but bright. Once you remove everything and the crystal is there by itself, still it is shining by itself, correct? That is also your nature. It's not that you become conscious only when you are associated with the buddhi. Some people think like that, correct? Some people say that buddhi is the one which is, our brain is conscious and all that. Nowadays scientists are saying. Scientists are trying to understand consciousness. but they want to reduce it to something like brain activity, some chemical or electrical reactions in the brain, or some other people propose a mind which is other than this brain. But then what the Shastra is teaching, all those things are all only upadhi. The body mind sense complex itself is only a conditioning factor. Atma is beyond all that. It transcends the body mind sense complex. In fact, the body mind sense complex appears to be sentient or aware only because of the presence of this consciousness. That is the only one which is really shining. Everything else shines after, correct? न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तम् अनुभाति सर्वम्. Like that we chant in the temple also, correct? Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. Only the Atma's consciousness is manifest everywhere. So, but Atma is vigata upadhihi. You understand it as without any of these conditioning factors. Like even the spatika swaprabhaya bhati. It shines by its own natural. It has some of these gems can shine even in darkness. It doesn't even require light. Understand that. So they are shining because that is their nature. And nirmalaha, without anything tainting it. It shines by itself. Like that, what chid deepaha. Chid also is like a lamp. Means that chaitanyam or consciousness only is equated to a lamp which is bright, correct? So the chid deepaha swaprabhaya means it is swayam jyotihi. That's what we say. It is self-existent and self-revealing consciousness, because this is the only thing which you don't have to know through the use of any pramana. The pramana vyapara itself is there because the pramata has to be there already, correct? The knower has to be there. And how do you know the knower? Means you cannot know the knower as an object of knowledge. Understand that. Knower is self-revealing. That is what we say. When we say swaprabhaya, means it doesn't require any means of knowledge. It is known directly. That is what in the Shastra it is called yet sakshat aparokshat brahma. So sakshat brahma means what? Directly you know your own existence. You don't require to use any perception or inference or arthapatti or upamana, whatever, any pramana to know yourself. There is nothing in between. That's why sakshat and aparokshat also. Aparoksham also means that it is the mukhyam brahma, not figurative or anything, not gauna. Yet sakshat aparokshat brahma, yes sarvantaratma. Like that only Shastra is revealing that shines by itself. It is swayam jyotihi. Swaprabhaya chiddeepaha vibhati tata iha nirupadihi. Without any upadhi, without any body, mind, sense, complex, etc. also it is conscious. I am that consciousness which is always there, unchanging, invariable in each and every cognition. That is what you have to recognize. Further, that same thing is now explained even more clearly. What? Gunakarana gana sharira pranaihi tanmatra jati sukha dukkaihi aparamrishto vyapi chidrupaha ayam sada vimalaha. So this Atma sada vimalaha, it is always untouched, untainted, unconnected, you can say, to anything. Okay, that is why it is vimalaha, without any impurity. It is pure. It can never be even tainted. Paramrishtaha means again not connected to, not touched by anything. Anything means what? He is giving the whole list here. Guna means trigunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. Karana, all the indriyas. Then karana gana. Okay, the all the group of indriyas, whether it is jnanendriya, karmendriya, sharira, the physical body, all the pancha prana inside that pranaihi. Then again all the tanmatra means here the indriya vishayas, Okay, Shabdadi, and even different jati, etc. Because your problem is what? Your identity, that I am a human being, I am a man, woman. All these identities are causing problems, correct? I belong to a particular class, caste, whatever it is, varna, and also I am subjected to sukha and dukkha. Here, sukha dukkha can also be taken as karma, because punya fructifies as sukha, papa fructifies as dukkha. So I am not subjected to any karma also. So all these things, aparamrishtaha, I am not touched by the three gunas, all the different indriyas, the physical body, the prana inside that, all the indriya vishayas, and also different categories, classes, etc., and the karma, which fructifies as pleasant or unpleasant experience. None of this is connected to me in any way. They are all there. In my presence only they are there. But I am not in them. Correct? I am not touched by any of that, because I am not an object of cognition itself. None of it can really touch me. And I am Vyapi also. I am the one who pervades all these things and gives them their very existence. All these things depend on me for their very existence. I am the Vyapi. Okay, I am Vyapi. Means even Akasha is Vyapi, correct? It is pervading everything, but it is Jada. So am I also like that? Means no, Chidrupaha. I am Vyapi and I am the consciousness also. So Satchit, the Satta Spurti, like that we say, for everything is only from me. The existence and their revelation is only because of me. I am the one who is manifest as this entire world. I pervade everything as consciousness. There is only one consciousness. There is no other thing other than this in reality. And therefore, I am always untouched by any of these things, because I am of a different order of reality. It is like the waker is not touched by the dream. Correct? Whatever happens in the dream itself is not real. And the waker does, does not get affected by that. Correct? Once you know that you are the waker. Like that, you discover your truth, your reality, that I am untouched by any of these things, and that is my nature. Further, what? Drashta, drashta, shrota, ghrata, sparshayita, rasayita, grahita cha, dehi, dehendriya, dhi vivarjitaha, syanna kartasau. Okay, but still what? If you take yourself as somebody who is there in a particular body, correct? Dehi means one who is there in the deha. So if you think that you are confined to a particular body mind sense complex, then what happens? You become drashta, you become the seer, shrota, hearer, grata, smeller, sparshayita. No, it should have been sprashta actually. See, there is a niche pratyaya has come here. If those who know Sanskrit grammar, Parshayita is actually the niche normally comes in causal form. Okay. The causal, the verb can become causal, correct? You make somebody else do. That is the meaning of niche. Causal. Like even in the Gita it is there, correct? Veda vinashinam nityam enamajam avyayam katham sapurusha partha kam ghatayati hantikam. Hanti means you kill. Ghatayati means what? You make somebody to kill. Correct? You hire an assassin or somebody. That is ghatayati. Means either you can do or you can cause somebody else to do. That is the meaning of the niche pratyaya in Sanskritam. Here actually niche is there, sparshayita. But actually you can take it as swarthe niche also, sometime it can come. Means niche has come, but it doesn't really have the causal meaning. It simply means that the one who experiences touch, sparsha. Okay. Or rasayita also again is niche is there. Here also swarthe niche you can take. Or because the niche has been used in two places, we can also understand that even the causal karma is not there for you. Correct. So, like even in the Gita it is said, correct? Kam ghatayati hantikam means do you really kill somebody or make somebody to kill means no. This Atma is akarta, abhokta. The Atma doesn't do anything, doesn't make anybody else do something else. So that you cannot have any guilt. Understand that. Only if you do something you can have guilt. Similarly, it cannot be an object of any action, so you cannot have any hurt or suffering also. Understand that, or pain. Atma can never be touched by anything, any of the five indriya, five bhutas. Therefore, it is because it is not an object itself, and therefore it is always there as it is. It is not involved in any karma. So it is not a taster or a toucher or even grahita means here it is grasp. Grasping means here all the mental activities. Also, you can become all these things once you are a dehi. Correct? If you take yourself as somebody who is occupying a particular body mentions complex. But what is the reality? Dehendriya dhi vivarjitaha. You are not having any of these things in reality. These are not intrinsic to you. Because the deha, indriya and dhi or buddhi, etc., they keep changing, correct? They are not even there in the deep sleep, but you are there. In waking, you are having one particular dehendriya, buddhi. In dream, you are having something else. One is getting replaced completely with another. Means it doesn't even continue there. So you are really speaking not connected to any of these things. Therefore, you are not a karta. Ti vivarjitaha syat na karta sau. So this person is not a karta. Correct? In fact, the entire Gita's teaching is that only, that Atma is not a karta bhokta. Once you understand that I am not even a karta, that is what we call naishkarmya siddhi or sarva karma sannyasa we say. Due to knowledge, you understand that you are not a karta. Then whatever you do, it doesn't matter. Correct? Karmani akarma yaf pashyet akarmani cha karma yaha sabuddhiman manushyeshu sayukta krishna karma krite. So, karmani akarma yaf pashyet. In karma, you see akarma means you know that you are not even a karta. So, whatever is happening, it is happening. You have got nothing to do with that. And the one who sees oneself as akarta is the buddhiman. Amongst the human beings, he is the wise person. And afterwards, he can do whatever he wants. Correct? He can lead a lifestyle where he is just sitting somewhere and eating whatever people are giving. Okay? Even today in India, such lifestyle is possible. All you have to do is go to Tiruvannamalai and sit on the Girivalam path. You will get lot of food. You can just sit under some tree and live, I think. Because people come and distribute. You can go to some tank and take bath or whatever. Sit there. Daily you can sit. It's not very easy, but okay. But it is possible. Or you go to Kashi or somewhere. In our country, it is still possible. You can lead a life like that. Or karmanyabhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. You can be involved in a lot of activities. Like Adi Shankara was, even my Guruji was. But still you don't do anything really. That is the beauty, correct? So whether you are only taking care of the Sharira Yatra or you are doing so many things, still you are not a karta. Guna guneshu vartante iti matvana sajjate, like that Gita. Gunas are acting on guna. It has got nothing to do with you really. That is the vision of the jnani. Further what? Eko naikatravasthitoham aishwaryayogato vyaptaha akashavad akhilamidam na kaschidapyatra sandehaha. Na kaschidapi atra sandehaha. Here, with reference to the subject matter, there is no doubt. What is that? Ekaha. I am only one. Ekameva advitiyam brahma aham asmi. There is no plurality, multiplicity. Ekaha. And further what? Na ekatra avastitaha. So the whole problem of a human being or any being is what? You think that you are there only in one place, in one body, mind, sense complex. That means you are limited. You cannot enjoy everything. No, that is not the vision. You are not ekatra avastitaha. You are not there in only one body, mind, sense complex. You are the Sarvatma. So, Aham Brahmasmi iti tat sarvam abhavat, like that is said in the Upanishad also. What is the jnana phalam? Jnana phalam should be Sarvatma bhava. You are the self of all. All the beings are in yourself and you are the self of all beings also. Understand that. सर्वभूतस्थम आत्मानं सर्वभूतानि च आत्मनि ईक्षते योग युक्तात्मा सर्वत्र समदर्शनः. So my atma is there in each and every being as their very self. Whenever anybody says I, it is only mentioning me. Sarvabhutastam atmanam. Sarvabhutani cha atmani. And all beings are there only in me. I am not there, or I am not limited to any one particular body, mind, sense complex. And everything is there only in me. I am not in space-time. Space-time is in me. Ikshate yoga yuktatma. Yoga yuktatma. Here also our acharya is saying what? Aishwarya yogataha vyaptaha. So this is the most important contemplation. All our problems are because we think that we are limited to a particular space-time and also a particular body. But that's not the reality. You are actually the all-pervading consciousness, because anything can never be separate from consciousness. Anything you think about, whether it is black hole or whatever, a distant galaxy also is there only in your consciousness. Nothing is away from consciousness. That's why even if you run, consciousness goes faster than the fastest thing also there. Correct? In Ishavasya Upanishad it comes very interesting. Okay. Wherever you run also, consciousness is already there. You cannot run away from consciousness. You cannot separate anything away from consciousness. Everything is there only in consciousness, and that is you. So you are not ekatra avastitaha. And understanding that itself is the great Aishwarya. Correct? It is the great overlordship, you can say. It is a great Aishwarya. So you have become, you have this Aishwarya. That's why Aishwarya yogataha vyaptaha also. Then you become all pervading. Because Aishwarya means overlordship, you can say. Means you are no more subjected to any loss. Understand that. See, Ishwaraha means you make the rules and everybody has to follow that. That person is the Ishwara, correct? But then once you are Ishwara means what? There is no more Ishwara above you anymore, because you are not subjected to even space, time, etc. You are not subjected to any laws. You are Swatantraha. That is the meaning. You are not subjected to anything. Everything is in you. You are not subjected to anything. That is the beauty here. So that Aishwarya Yogataha Vyaptaha Akashavati, like even the Akasha, Akhila Midam, everything, whatever is there here, I am the one who is pervading everything. I am not restricted to any one particular body, mind, sense complex. In this, there should not be any doubt, he is saying. Na kaschidapi atra sandeha. There is no doubt about this. This is what the Upanishads are revealing. This is your reality. Even if you think about it, it is very clear. It is crystal clear. We say karatala amalakavati. Ullangai nellikani pol in Tamil we say, correct? Like even the gooseberry in your palm, on your palm, the gooseberry on your palm, how clear it is. Like that, this knowledge has to be clear. There cannot be any doubts. There is no sandeha in this. This is the vision. Everything else is only delusion. Atmaiva idam sarvam nishkala sakalam yadaiva bhavayati moha gahanad vimuktaha tadaiva parameshwari bhutaha. Atmaiva idam sarvam. Again, another Upanishad Vakya. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma also is from Chandogya. This is also Atmaiva idam sarvam also is from Chandogya Upanishad 7th chapter. Everything that is there here is Atma alone. That means what? You are not separate from Brahman. Don't think that Brahman is everything means Brahman is something else other than me. No, it is yourself. It is Pratyagatma. Innermost self is Brahman. And that alone is all these things. And therefore what? It is Nishkala Sakalam. Nishkala means actually partless. Okay. It is a partless whole. But it also appears as this entire world which is all divided into different parts and all that. Correct. That is why it is Nishkala Sakalam. Yadaiva bhavayati. Once you understand this, then what? Moha gahanad vimuktaha. This dense delusion, correct? You can say it is dense because it's not easy to get out of this delusion, this ignorance. You are free from all the ignorance which is making you suffer. And tadaiva, once you have this knowledge, with the knowledge immediately, Parameshwari Bhutaha, you become Parameshwara. Means your Swarupa is not different from Parameshwara Swarupa. Parameshwara also is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. You are also Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Swarupataha, there is Aikya, there is identity, there is no difference. You are one. Already you are one with Ishvara. Okay. So you are immediately, this is called Sadhyo Muktihi in the Shastra. You don't have to go somewhere to get moksha. Also, Jnanam itself is moksha. There is no gap between this Jnanam, the destruction of ignorance, and moksha. See, for all karma, there is a gap because you have to do karma, gain punya, and then it will fructify later. But Jnanam is not like that. You know, and that's it. You don't have to do anything really. You know and you own up your knowledge means you are there already. You don't have to do anything really speaking. You have to allow the pramana to operate properly and work. You listen to the Guru's words, Shastra's words, and it has to click. Correct? The bulb has to glow. That's all. In your buddhi, you see yourself in the light of the Shastra. It's all clear. There is no doubt. And you are always established in that knowledge. That knowledge never leaves you. Whatever you may do, you may not do. Knowledge is there clear as the sunshine. Then where is the question of any darkness? This knowledge is shining like the sun. Correct? So initially what? Ajnanena avritam jnanam. Jnana is covered by ajnana. The Viveka jnanam is covered by ajnanam. Tena muhyanti jantavaha. This is Gita again. All the beings are deluded by that only. This ignorance is covering the Viveka jnanam. But what? Tesham aditya jnanam prakashayati tatparam. Once the, like Aditya, this Viveka jnanam is there means what? The ignorance is destroyed. Then the Param Brahma alone is shining always as it is. So you are not separate from that Ishvara. Tattvamasi Parameshwari Bhutaha Tadaiva. And that with that knowledge itself, you are already Parameshwari Bhutaha only. There is no separation from you and Ishvara. So that is the nature of this Jnanam, and this is the Jnana Phalam also. Okay. Later we have some more verses. We'll see that in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.